All right, so we are going to be reviewing chapter 12 for hairstyling. This is going to be about half the chapter because the other half I'm going to save for when we do updos. Make sure that you read this chapter before you do this, please. Answer the review questions that are in the last slides of this PowerPoint. I've also hidden some little Easter egg questions through here, as you have noticed. Make sure you guys are watching the whole thing, and then do your section 2 for your chapter test. Okay? All right. Our motivational thought of the day. As stylists, we're ground shakers and day makers, setting trends while fostering that connection between a person's inner and outer self. This was made by Rebecca Gregory, stylist, educator, and motivational beauty leader. All right, our learning objectives. Explain professional hairstyling and how it can enhance your beauty career. Detail the steps for an effective hairstyling consultation. Describe professional hairbrushes, combs, and implements and their specific uses. Identify the different types of styling aids and their many uses. Explain the features and benefits of professional blow dryers and safety precautions to take when using them. Describe the different types of thermal irons used by salon professionals, including their safety precautions, and demonstrate curling iron and smoothing techniques. Discuss thermal pressing in terms of type of pressing tools, products, and procedures. Describe and demonstrate natural textured styles. Describe and demonstrate curl formation and teasing techniques. And explain the different types of wet sets. And then number 11, we are not going to be doing in this part of this chapter. So here's your first check-in question that you're going to be answering. This is your Easter egg question. Name at least 4 reasons hairstyling is an important skill for cosmetologist career. Hairstyling consultation. You want to begin by doing a standard consultation with your client. And we have done a few of those, so you should be experts by now. You're going to look at the hair and scalp properties, okay? So the diameter, the feel, the pattern. The growth pattern is really important when you're doing styling. Density, condition, length, porosity, and scalp health. Okay, your porosity and elasticity and your scalp health are going to be really important with what kind of heat you're going to use, what kind of products you're going to use, what kind of style it'll hold, all of the things. All right, brushes, combs, and implements. All right, types of hairbrushes. We have a vent brush. You're going to use this, when you're trying to get the hair rough dry. And when I say rough dry, is the first part of your blow dry where you're blow drying until it's about 75% dry. Your vent brush is going to help you leaf and kind of lift the hair up and blow dry as you go. Your edging brush is going to help you get all your baby hairs in your edges as you're doing, thermal presses, natural hairstyles, and updos. And your wet and dry brush. The wet brush is always really important. Styling brush is like a Denman. These are really crucial for when you're doing a highly textured blowout. If you're getting ready to do like a silk press, these types of styling brushes are really important to have. You can get them at Sally's. They come in 7 or 9 rows. Okay, they're not expensive at all. Paddle brushes, oval grooming brush. I love these because it's got the mixed bristles. So you've got the mix of the boar and the plastic. It gets it really, really smooth. Something you always want to keep in mind, the closer together the bristles, the smoother the hair is going to be. So you see a paddle brush. If you're using this paddle brush to do a blow dry, you see how wide it is between the teeth. You're not going to get a very smooth result with this guy. But with this one, I mean, they are just packed in right up against each other, and you're going to get a much smoother blowout. Got a round brush. I would not necessarily consider this a detangling brush. I use these types of brushes a lot for barbering. Your teasing brush is going to be really crucial for updos. We've got your old school styling comb. Love these guys right here. They are one of my favorite tools to have in my arsenal. Your cutting comb, your feather comb, a pick and a wide tooth comb, a tail comb, and a teasing comb. I love my teasing comb. Those are great to have. Clips. These metal clips right here on the end also come in a duckbill style like this one here. Those are my favorite clips to use because they hold the hair really tight and you can get all the baby hairs out of your way. Whereas these big crop clamps or butterfly clips, they're very loose and they don't hold the hair as tight as I like for them to be. Styling aids. We're going to go through a lot of the styling aids in 118 in class and lab, but I did want to kind of review some styling aids for when you are doing hairstyling. You have your hairspray or spritz. It's quick drying liquid delivered to the hair via a spray bottle. Comes in lots of different formulas. You've got flexible, you have a stiff, you have ultra hold, all that kind of stuff depending on the hair and what you need it to do. You have a sheen. It's an oil that gives the hair a luminous appearance during and after styling. It can be used on all hair types and in many varieties ranging from aerosol cans to spray bottles, also referred to as a shine spray or a gloss. Natural oil is a lubricant that adds shine and gloss to the hair. The one thing you got to be careful with oils. Sometimes you don't need an oil to get the hair smooth and to get the baby hairs to lay down and to get not frizzy. You need a pomade. You need something that holds. Your serums and oils are just going to make your hair really greasy. Okay. Then styling lotion, styling cream, and gel. These are like setting products. Okay. So you always want to have a setting product. I always say your first product is going to be like a leave-in conditioner, a serum, a protein oil, something like that. Your next product you're going to put in the hair is going to be a holding product. That's a foam or a mousse. Your setting lotion, your setting foams, your volumizer. I don't necessarily think a serum or a silicone should go here. And then your edge control and your pomade, those are also going to have hold properties to them. Prep and finish, heat protectant, blow dry styling aids. You also have dry style enhancers like a texture spray. Dry texture spray is great. It's really popular. Types of pomades. Okay, you have wax pomades, water-based pomades, hybrid, clay, and hair paste pomades. That's supposed to be paste. So the water-based pomades are my favorites. That's this guy right here. The wax is really stiff. The clay is also very stiff and matte. Okay. Let's see if I can write this out with this stupid mouse here. Okay, that says matte. Second question, explain the differences between finishing hairsprays and working hairsprays and their key uses. What is pomade and when should it be applied to your client's hair? Okay, blow dryers. You guys will get the opportunity to use my blow dryer. I am going to do a very in-depth lesson on how to hold your blow dryer, how to use your blow dryer, all of that. You need to make sure that your concentrator nozzle that came with your blow dryer you use every single time you do a blow dry. Okay, that is going to help blow the hair cuticle down the way that it needs to. It's also going to help from getting so much heat on the client's scalp. All right, blow dry safety guidelines. You can see how they have their nozzle pointed down and away from the scalp so that the hair is going to lay down and be really nice and soft and pretty. Make sure that this is how you're doing it. You don't have the blow dryer straight against, like this angle against the brush, because then it's going to blow in every different direction instead of being concentrated in one direction. The tension, you can see she's probably getting ready to do a silk press. This is the Denman brush I was talking about. You can see how she's got her blow dryer angled, and she's got a really tight tension here on the hair, and that's going to get it really nice and straight. All right, and what she's doing in this picture is she is like, you can start to break down the curl pattern by holding out the hair with your fingertips and kind of blow drying this middle section and breaking down that curl pattern before you start your silk. Thermal irons. There's tons of different thermal irons. I am very partial to the old school Marcel irons because you can use them in so many different ways, okay? I hate when people curl hair with a flat iron. A flat iron is too hot to be curling hair with. You don't have as much control with a flat iron either. Okay, so we're going to be doing all different types of curling techniques as we go through. And then you can see here, these are all the different barrel sizes and what they look like with the different size irons. I really like this visual here. Okay, this is the conventional Marcel iron, or a stove iron. I will also be getting this out again this semester for you guys to use. You got to just be really careful to get it to the right temperature. Clamp-free irons, not my favorite. We're probably not going to do much of this this semester. And again, flat irons, love them for silk presses and for flat ironing, hate them for curling. I love crimpers. I have a mini crimper that I use for updos, especially if I'm going to do a big fat braid, so it look really, really pretty. Thermal iron safety, especially when we're using the stove irons. You guys got to be really careful to check this so that you're not frying off the hair, okay? General heat parameters. Take some time to look over this. And then here's how to clean the irons. I think everybody's pretty familiar with how to clean at this point. All right, so thermal pressing. Clients with straight hair who want curly hair. There are clients with curly hair that want straight hair. Okay, hair is hair. There used to be kind of a separation between quote unquote textured hair and non-textured hair. Hair is hair. It responds the exact same way that every single hair strand on every human being does. Okay, you just have to know the temperatures to use and the right products to use. That's all. Types of thermal pressing. You're going to have a soft press that removes 50 to 60% of the curl. Medium press removes 60 to 75%, and a hard press makes it really, really straight. All right, pressing combs. Regular pressing combs can be designed as electrical or in a gas stove. The ones we have are put in the electrical stove. And they get really, really hot, which is why you have to check them. Make sure that when you use a pressing comb that you do clean it after you use it. To prepare the hair for pressing, you're going to first apply a pressing oil or cream. Both products offer the following benefits. It's going to make your hair softer, prepare the condition for the hair for pressing, and it's going to help protect the hair from the heat. It also gives a sheen to the pressed hair, and it helps it stay longer by acting as a sealant. All right. Pressing procedures. Take precautions when dealing with the following special situations. Pressing fine hair. Allow the same procedure as for normal hair. Avoid the use of high heat pressing comb or too much pressure. Consider a flat iron. and a high heat pressing comb with less pressure. I like to just use the pressing comb to do the roots and the edges, and then use the flat iron to do the mids and ends. All right, we are going to practice on mannequin, and I'm going to try to get a non-wooden handle pressing comb in here for you guys to use, or an electric pressing comb. Okay, check-in questions. Name and describe 3 types of hair presses, and what precautions and safeguards should be taken when pressing hair. Natural hairstyling. I've got some really good videos for natural hairstyling in your lecture area after this part. Okay. So the ultimate goal for styling natural curls is long-lasting curly or coily style with quick and easy regimen. Product selection. All textures, wavy and curly textures, very curly to coily textures, and tightly coiled textures to afro highly textured. All right, all textures, you want to use a hydrating and moisturizing water-based products. Wavy and curly, you can use light water-based products with light humectant creams. Very curly to coily, you can use a combination of water-based products and products with botanical or essential oils. Tightly coiled textures to afro highly textured are going to need heavy moisturizing products with butters and essential oils. Okay. Humectants are important for hydration all year and for all hair textures. Coily method is a weekly styling regimen to achieve the coil and go wash or wash and go style on very coily, tightly coiled, and highly textured hair, created with palm coiling or palm rolling and the finger coil techniques. Use a wide tooth comb detangling brush in the palm of your fingers to create this style. The sponging technique is a very popular tool that's used to create tiny or chunky coils on very curly and coily textures. The double-sided foam sponge is designed with small and large holes in the sponge. The holes gather the hair together while the sponge is rubbed in a circular motion on top of the head after applying a curl cream or a foam. Natural texture sets and styles. This is the Bantu knot style. The braid out set and a spiral rod set. You've got your finger coil technique and your coil out style. Twist hairstyles. Locks. You have your developmental phases of locks. Make sure you review these. These are definitely going to be on exit exams, okay? Comb coil technique. There's several ways to cultivate locks, such as double twisting, wrapping with cord, coiling, palm rolling, braiding, and using a special tool to create micro locks. Locks will also form into knots by themselves with textured hair that is not combed or brushed out. All right, lock maintenance. Cleansing, steam conditioning, and retwisting the locks at least every 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the curl or coil pattern. At-home maintenance is highly recommended. To cleanse the scalp with tea tree oil solution between salon visits. Hydrate the lock shafts with a liquid spray and leave-in conditioner, and moisturize the scalp and locks with essential oils or sprays. There are 4 basic curl patterns that give specific results depending on the hair length. Root curl creates volume and movement by forming curls from scalp to ends. It's best for short or long layered hair. Spiral curl creates volume and vertical corkscrew effect by winding a strand around the rod. Wave creates volume and texture by using an S-shaped pattern. End curls create a finished appearance by turning the hair ends under or over. Here are our back combing and back brushing, just to have something to refer to for this. This is also going to be on your exit exams. And here is back combing in 6 steps. Back brushing in 5 steps. And with wet sets, we're not going to review roller sets, but I did want to go over finger waves. I'm going to be giving you guys a finger wave lesson. I love finger waves. And then hair molding is something we do have the strips that we need to do this. So if you have a client, I know we have several that have shorter hair like this, you can absolutely use the foam and the wraps to do hair molding. Hair wrapping is a popular wet set technique that is used to make chemically relaxed hair smooth and straight while retaining a beautiful shape. Okay, so this is another form of this. Roller wrap is a great choice for clients who like the smoothness of a wrap but prefer more volume. After setting the entire head, place your client under a hooded dryer and allow to dry thoroughly. Remove the rollers and use a boar grooming brush or comb to perform a dry wrap, which is placing the hair tightly around the contour of the head. You're going to keep the hair in place tightly with cling wrap around the client's head. You're going to cover all of the hair with cling wrap, then place the client back under the dryer for 10 to 15 minutes. The cling wrap acts as a sealant with the heat, causing the roller set to relax and smooth. Remove the cling wrap by putting both of your hands on the client's head and softly twisting the wrap off. A blowout wrap. You can do this as well to maintain your blowout after in between services. Silk press, this is definitely something that I want us to review and do several times. It's performed on highly textured virgin hair. All wave and curl patterns can benefit from this procedure if a straight look is desired. All right, check-in questions. These are going to be the ones that I am going to be taking the grade on. So do the first check-in question that I gave you at the very beginning of this lecture, and then from this slide on, fill these ones out as your answers, okay? So this page, this one, and then these are the learning objectives that we just learned and went over. All right, I will see you guys in class.